Good morning, everyone. This is Srikanth Rajan from MPIinvest.com and welcome back to yet another morning market report. Well, yesterday was a great bull run that we saw in Indian market. In fact, Nifty was like powered with turbochargers, and we could see the entire big, heavyweights like Reliance, TCS, and HDFC Twins pulling up Nifty to close to 17,400. What a bull run it was. In fact, a lot of people, especially option sellers like me, did make some losses, but the entire market with the portfolio was really going up. So I'm sure all the retail investors must be really happy, and that's exactly what gave a positivity to the market yesterday. But all that seems to be going down today. Yes, because the US markets also opened with strong positivity and they actually went up in the initial part of the market stage. But after that, the market saw a strong reversal just when Jerome Powell from the Federal Reserve came up and told that the inflation seems to be really going up higher and they are planning to increase the rates by almost 50 basis points in May. So if you remember, previously the discussion was to be doing about 25 basis points, which is about 0.25% rise in the rates. But now the plan is to be almost 0.5%, which actually brought the entire market crashing downwards in the US market. And in fact, with all this, we could see the Asian markets also losing power. And today, if you look at major Asian markets, all of them are trading in the red with fall of more than 1%. And not only that, if you look at India, even the trends in SGS index is actually showing a negative opening by almost 180 points. So we are going to see the Nifty opening close to 17,200, which is almost 200 points fall from yesterday's high. So yes, things are not looking great as of now. But then the major positivity yesterday we could say is because the selling by FIs were kind of less. Yes. So they had sold just for about 700 crores. If you compare that with the previous days, they used to sell about 5,000 to 3,000 crores every day. From that, it had come down to 700 crores yesterday, whereas the DIIs went on to buy for 2,823 crores. So of course the fall can be still settled if the FIIs don't go on to a big selling today. But otherwise things are not looking quite good for the day as of now. So coming to some major results which came yesterday, ICICI Lombard General Insurance company came with that result, and in fact there was a 10% year-on-year drop in the net profit. So that was something not really good that side. In fact, last year they had posted a net profit of 346 crores, whereas this year it came at 313 crores. So that is something not looking good really at the that side. But then something that we can actually look forward to is HCL. Yes, HCL Tech also came up with the results. I told you the results would be somewhere in between Infosys and TCS, but I am glad to tell you this. Yes, as expected, HCL has given results which is in between TCS and Infosys. It is better than Infosys and not as great as TCS, but their net profits have spiked to 226% year on year to touch 3,593 crores. The revenue also is up 15% and has beat the market expectations. In fact, this was something I was waiting for. I have always told you about my huge investment in HCL Tech, which is probably finally going to see some beautiful up move. So if you remember, from the last quarter onwards, HCL has been on a continuous downtrend and it has been a consolidation. But now I am sure that this is going to start picking pace. So that's exactly where our investment into HCL, which many of us are doing together, are going to bring some fruits in the coming months. So that's something looking good. Now coming to some stock specific news for the day. Coming to Paytm, I'm sure a lot of you are holding Paytm right from the IPO days, and you're sitting with a big loss already in the portfolio. But let me give you some respite here because there is a news that has come out that finally in April there are some mutual funds buying Paytm. Yes, also as per a report, the number of shareholders holding Paytm in the retail sector has actually doubled in the last 1 month. So finally, seems to be finally catching up ground. And in fact, there was also a news from Mr. Vijay Sharma, the Paytm CEO, stating that in the next 6 quarters they are planning to come profitable, at least in terms of EBITDA. So that's something kind of positive for Paytm. So Paytm owners or shareholders do look forward for some price, being settled better and probably starts moving up also. So let's have a watch on that. However, is for members who don't have Paytm in portfolio, is it a good time to start investing? I would not recommend yet. So let us just wait for some more time till things are clear. Apart from that, if you look, there is a very good news for Bharti Airtel. In fact, Bharti Airtel has been having several good news in the recent past. I told you about ARPU going up. Second thing I told you is the user base is going up because they added a lot of subscribers in the last months. And along with that, the next good news is OneWeb, which is a company backed by Bharti Airtel, has received license from the Indian government to provide satellite services in India. In fact, the communication Minister Ashwini Vaishnav, in fact, said that the schedule for 5G is also on track. So that means the 5G spectrum auction could be expected to be held in June to July timeframe. If all these things are taken care, we are sure that Bharti Airtel is going to have a rocking time ahead. So all of us who have invested in Bharti Airtel, stay happy. This is something to be looking good. In fact, the first satellite launch by OneWeb is expected as early as 2022 from Sriharikota. Coming to LTTS, L&T Technology Services has actually bagged $100 million deal from Jaunt Air Mobility. For your information, Jaunt Air Mobility is a company into air taxi. In Quebec, they are going to have some really good work there. So this is something looking positive for L&T Technology Services. Apart from that, looking at the aviation sector actually has seen a great change, like I told you, where the air traffic has started increasing. The number of passengers have started increasing. But along with that, adding fire to this is the latest comment from the aviation minister, which says that there is 1.65 lakh crore worth of investment coming into the airport sectors by form of investment into new airports as well as other infrastructures. In fact, the government aims to touch 200 airports in India in the coming year. In fact, out of this 1.65 lakh crore, 98,000 crores is to be spent in next 4 years for airports alone. So this means it is time we start looking at companies like GMR and Adani Ports, which is into all these handling of airports. So that's something I'll keep it on my radar and will inform you when I add it to my portfolio. So along with that, if you look at Indian market in India, up to 2014 we had about 74 airports, right? And in the last 8 years itself, we have built almost 67 airports. So now taking the total to 200 will also increase the number of flights in India, will increase the profitability for the airline companies, and that's exactly why our investment in Indigo is something going to be really good. Of course, Akasa Airlines and the Jet Airways are also expected to start their operations by end of this financial year. Now coming to major results being announced today, it would be Aditya Birla Money, Hindustan Zinc and Sundaram Fasteners and Tata Metallics. So these are stocks which is coming with their major results today, but nothing major to actually look at today. But tomorrow is the day when ICICI Bank will release the quarterly earnings. But the effect of which can be seen in the market only on Monday. So that is not going to affect today, but yes, there will be some pressure on ICICI Bank stocks today. So let us see what happens. The market is expecting good results from ICICI Bank. If that is actually holding up, probably we could see some positivity in the market in the next week. So with that, as we come to the last day of the week, let me tell you this. The market is looking like on a weaker stage today, but if IT supports, which also is doubtful because the Nasdaq was also weak yesterday, with all these things, we may not see a great move in the market today. So it could either be consolidation day or a slight fall is what we can expect. So HCL stocks are however to be watched out because that may actually rise slightly today. So with that, let us enjoy the weekend. Let us meet on Sunday for our regular meeting. I hope all of you are loving this audio podcast. If you're loving it, do press the like button to ensure that motivates us. And if any questions that you may have, you can post it in the comment section, which will be responded to in the next podcast. With that, this is Srikanth Rajan signing off. Have a fruitful day in the market. Goodbye.